I want to make sure you get to come away from our call tonight. We're covering the basics of Emerald. So put in the chat what your current rank is. Are you an active coach? Are you an Emerald? Are you Diamond? Are you Star Diamond? What is your paid rank, which means what are you currently today? It's not like I was once 10 Star Diamond and I'm now, what are you today? And so we kind of know who we're talking about. And I'm also going to add this worksheet because I really want, whether you're not new or you are new, we want to cover some basics today and just really feel good about that. So I'm going to put this, I've got a picture form. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Sorry, sent to someone privately. And there's a PDF form. So it's a little worksheet and we're going to go through all these things. So if you already know the answers, awesome, you're a genius. And if you don't worry, we're going to cover all these things tonight. So I appreciate all of you guys chiming in here. We've got lots of brand new coaches, new Emeralds. We've got some Diamonds, some leaders, some folks that are been around for a while. I hope and I believe that you will all get something to taken away. So the way we kind of run, if you're not from Wild Rain Collective, I'm Jamie Shepard. We are a 15-star, 5-time elite team, and we have kind of like given this little Emerald training a facelift, but we usually do it once a month as one of our team calls. We kind of run through just the basics of Emerald and really demystify how we kind of grow and get started in this business. And so that's the objective today. And we're so excited to get started. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Just know that in our calls, like if you have questions, we want you to feel comfortable asking those questions. So give it some time. And you might get your question answered, but don't hesitate to put a question in the chat and so forth. So we're going to be digging into that first basic rank as we're kind of opening up for business in Beachbody land, and we're going beyond the basic, I can earn 25% commission to kind of some of the other benefits of being a coach and having a growing business in Beachbody. I wanted just to start by saying, like, why would anyone like benefit or want to explore becoming an Emerald coach? Well, it feels good to like grow, right? It feels good to hit a goal. You get recognition. I know Keisha today hit Emerald. And how did it feel, Keisha, to get all the love from the team?
It was awesome.
Right?
Very motivating.
Fills your cup, gets motivating, like it kind of gets you pumped up to keep going. And what it does is also shows your social media community, like I'm doing something well. Makes people take notice. They don't know what Emerald means, right? That has no bearing on, like, they don't know our language or some of our, what it signifies. What they see is us celebrating you doing well and succeeding. And that inherently, just innately in human psychology, builds trust. It makes people start paying attention and go, well, I don't know what she's doing, but she's doing really well. When I joined my coach, she was an Emerald. I legit thought she was like raking in thousands of dollars and was like a top coach because of how she carried herself and how the energy and the fun momentum that was around that. It also means you're growing a team, which means you're growing your impact. It's a stepping stone to bigger things, to the next rank. You can't get to Diamond and Star Diamond ranks until you hit this first one. It builds a lot of momentum from that recognition and that kind of public following. On the business side, it also can get you eligible for free customer leads. So all the people out there in the world that are signing up on Beachbody On Demand through beachbody.com, who don't know anything about coaching and don't know any coaches in their life, they get assigned to Emerald coaches who are hitting Success Club every month. So you get free customers. Raise your hand if you are an Emerald or above and you've gotten a customer lead or 10 in the last couple of weeks, right? Then we go through seasons where it's not as busy, but we go through seasons where there are a lot. And this is one of the seasons where we have a lot of great customer leads. And you can also start team cycling. And I'm going to dig into this very superficial surface level today. But it's that next level of that compensation plan. I'm assuming you're in network marketing. You said yes to network marketing because if there's an element of that passive income, that make money while you sleep, that income growth that comes from team growth, right? And you will understand what that looks like as you grow and as you hit these goals. But you can't start even earning that team cycle bonus, that passive income, until you have reached emerald rank. And then it starts to get really fun. And then you can kind of start seeing what's really possible. So if you think of like what your goal is for this business, right? What you said yes to, was it to build a team, to grow community, to make an impact? Was it to see an income grow? Was it to have something you feel really good about? All of those things can be funneled back to this first stepping stone, right? What we build off of. So I just wanted to just put this in here just to remind us that anything we do in this business comes back to 4 basic behaviors. We call them the vital behaviors. Being proof those products work. Are you doing a program? Are you drinking a shake? Are you eating beach bars, drinking the performance line? Are you showing yourself what these products can really do, which means then you can show other people? Are you filling your head and your heart with positive messaging, personal development, books, audiobooks, national wake-up calls, podcasts, keeping that tank full, just like we did at the beginning of the call when we're looking for a win? That's a mindset, is a muscle, right? And we have to make sure we're building that mindset muscle. Being an entrepreneur isn't something that most of us spent a lot of our life aspiring to do, right? Did anyone grow up or go to college thinking, I'm going to start my own network marketing business, or I'm going to be an entrepreneur, I'm going to be a business person? I had never taken a business class in my life. I was a school counselor and a waitress and a yoga teacher. So I didn't come into this with a lot of skills in business. So personal and professional development has been critical for me to learn the skills I needed in sales and inviting and mindset and leadership and social media marketing, all the things, okay? So that's where we also have to be responsible, be in charge of ourselves to make sure we're filling our tank with that. The next level behavior is attract, relate, and invite. Okay, or invite, or just basically connect with other people. This can't be this personally awesome, privately kept secret that you tell no one about, or else it'll never grow. You have to be willing to put yourself out there on whatever level that is. You have to be willing to care about helping others. Okay, this is not a business for people who don't care about helping others. This is not a business for people who don't want to share this with others. This is not a business for you to that you will ever see success in if you keep this to yourself. So we use social media as our storefront. I think of it like a window to a store, and your inbox is kind of the help of it. So if you're inviting people in by what you share on social media, you're giving them a taste of what you're about, how you can help them, what this might look like for them too. And then that inbox where you're talking to people is where you can invite them to join, and you can make this more about them. So that attraction piece is that window storefront. The relatability is that where you build that connection and you build that trust. And then the invite is really the health of your inbox will be a reflection of the health of your business. Okay, and so we're going to talk about inviting tonight as well, because I know that can also feel like the scariest part for people. I know I definitely got stuck there several times in different seasons of my business. So we're going to kind of demystify that a little bit as well. And then recognition is my favorite. We just kind of talked about it. It feels good to be recognized. But you know what feels even better is to recognize other people. They do the same thing. It fills our cup to also get to recognize others. That means you kind of got to start recognizing yourself. Be proud of the wins. Be proud that you showed up. Be proud that you pushed through hard things. Talk about that on social media. If you hit a goal that you're working on, sure as heck, celebrate that, right? Like you deserve to celebrate that. But also you can start by recognizing teammates, other people in your challenge groups. It doesn't have to be your client list or your coach list. If you see someone on your team or on social media or on the Beachbody Challenge, or even on a national wake up, like you can celebrate and recognize anyone, right? Go and just look for those people to celebrate, because the more you can tell that story and you show yourself as a person who pours in and celebrates others, it's going to attract people like, oh, I want it. Anyone ever had a really crappy boss and then seen someone else with a really awesome boss? You're like, oh, I wish I had a boss like that, right? Like you get to go and flex that muscle and show the kind of leader that you are and that you're going into. And a lot of times that like is also like a muscle we have to train. And it also offers different layers to your story, right? Like I'm not a mom, so I can't really talk about what it's like to be a work from home mom, but I have some amazing, raise your hand if you're on my team and you're an amazing, awesome, kick-ass business boss mom, right? All of you ladies are raising your hand. I can tell their stories and it relates. Elizabeth Benfield, why is your hand not raised? Okay, did it? Okay, well, just Jennifer Hernandez, was your hand raised? Someone's hand was not raised. Okay, well, anyways, so I can tell other people's stories that don't necessarily relate to mine, but it's going to connect with my audience and give them a different perspective because they might not see themselves fully in my story. So recognizing also gives other people something to see themselves in, right? I don't have a huge transformation story, an external one. I have more of an internal mindset story. I have lost some weight, but it's nothing like that you would write home about. But sure as heck, I've got some amazing weight loss transformations on my team, and I sure as heck recognize them and tell their story because it's also going to add different layers and appeal. So that's all I'm going to say about that. If you're not doing these 4 things, you're going to have a really hard time moving forward. So this has to be your foundation, and this has to be what we build off of. So what is Emerald? It's helping 2 people, just 2, get started just like you did with that total solution. That challenge pack that combines Shakeology, Beachbody On Demand, some tools for, you know, like the 10 rounds. Who can tell me what the 10 rounds challenge, which tool does the 10 rounds challenge pack come with? I see you making the hand. You can put it in the chat. Versus what tool does the Bar Blend challenge pack come with? So it's that total solution. So it's just helping 2 people get started like you got started. Okay. Perfect. You guys got this. Anyone think that it was harder? Who knows 2 people in their life that could benefit from what you're experiencing? Everyone. Okay. You do not live in a cave. So I want to give some just like vocabulary. So you might hear it referenced as your downline. Okay. I think of it as a family tree. So if you've ever had to make like a family genealogy for a class, or your kiddo had to make it for a class, there's like your grandparents, your parents, you, your kids. So you are now on this family tree. You are on this family tree of this big system that you have joined that has pre-existed before you. Okay. If you go to your coach office and you click on monitor my business and you click on graphical genealogy, you're going to see yourself in this blue dot, and you're going to see 2 sides of that downline, a left side and a right side. We call them legs. Okay. One of them is going to be hopefully most of the time, a team leg where you're upline. Like I help every single one of my coaches, I help build one of their legs, one of their sides of their downline. The other one is completely up to them. Okay, and we call that team side a strong leg, and that personal, that non-team side, that your weak leg. It can be either side. Everyone's going to be different. It just depends on where you are in that graphical genealogy. Sometimes you might not have an active working upline, and you might be building both of those legs, and that is okay. You have a lot of earning potential no matter what. You always need to build and grow on both sides. So if you go here to your Emerald, you need a coach on your left side and a coach on your right side. So both legs, your left and your right, need at least 1 coach. Okay. So on WildBrain, we have made our own ranking system to get to Diamond. So here's just a glimpse. As an active Emerald, you need 2 coaches. We just talked through that. So as you can see, the next, we call it double Emerald. That's 4. Triple Emerald is 6. And yes, we recognize and celebrate on Thursdays the double and triple Emerald, just like we do Emerald, Diamond, and Ruby and beyond. Okay. And active Diamond is 8 coaches. That's it, you guys. I know a lot of you your jaw might be open, like, oh, that's all it takes for Diamond is 8 people. 2 of those 8 need to be Emerald. Now, take note, 1 Emerald needs to be on your left side, 1 Emerald needs to be on your right side. So as you grow and you build, you have to make sure you're being really intentional and keeping those 2 sides of your business, your 2 downlines, your right leg and your left leg, even. Now, every rank requires a certain level of active status. You should not be trying to build a business if you are not active. Okay, on our team, like if you're not active, you're not in groups, you're not on calls, you're not on the team page. That is your commitment to like investing in yourself, staying consistent with products, and doing your part to kind of like be a team player. Okay. 50 PV. So every product has a volume attached to it, a personal volume. It's not dollar for dollar, even though sometimes it can seem a little close. Shakeology, as an example, which most of us start with, is 90 PV. So that's more than enough to keep us active. At Emerald, active as a regular coach, an Emerald, a double, and a triple. At Diamond, you need 100 PV, if you can see the little key here, okay? That can be your Shakeology and, you know, Energize, or it can be your Shakeology and a customer order, okay? Customer volume, customer orders also generate PV to keep us active. Let me see if this is what I wanted. So as I'm going to come back to that one. So as you can see, every product, okay, has volume attached to it. Personal volume is that what it'll do for our own active status, or what that customer volume will look like. And then when it comes to earning those team cycles, what the number that's attached to is called team volume. And that team volume for those products is what we earn those team cycle bonuses off of. So every product is going to benefit us different ways. So here's a little example of what that needs. So say you've got an excess of Shakeology, the solution isn't to cancel Shakeology and go inactive. The solution is to find another product to try and share and be proof that they work, right? If you can't sell it, you can't help other people with it, you can't see your own results with it if you're not using it yourself. And so there you go. What we're going to talk through a little bit, and I will come back to the other slide, is I want you to understand a little bit more around big picture of how we earn, okay? And I will say, like, a lot of this, so for those of you who are new, this is a lot of information, right? The idea isn't to like blow your mind and stress you out and overwhelm you, overwhelm you. It's so that you have all of the information. I am the type of person, I know most of my team are the type of people, I'd rather have all the info so I know how to run, versus don't just give me like a small little piece of that pie, like a little bit of info, and I don't understand the rest of it. So we want to give you this big picture. You will, we have a recording of this. You can always come back and watch this, and every time you'll take away some other things, but we want to give you like all the layers to it so that you can see the big picture of what this could do for you. At every single rank advancement, okay, you're going to see different ability to earn and different layers of our compensation plan unlocked. And this was so key for me because I was sitting at Emerald hustling hard for as many Success Club points I could, and I recognized, and I started studying the compensation plan, and I was like, I could be working a lot smarter and not quite so hard. So from here, okay, we're just gonna go through these from left to right. And if there's something in the chat, I really need to see Jennifer Hernandez or Elizabeth Benfield. You're on my screen first. Can you guys tell me? Okay. Pardon the typo. It's paid PAID. I know this. So as a coach, from day one, you can earn 25% commission. Pretty awesome. You will always be able to earn 25% commission, 40% if it's a Beachbody On Demand. Okay. You have the opportunity, what we call, when we sell a challenge pack, it is basically the same thing as commission, but it's not 25%. Because we discount, we offer such a great value in those challenge packs. You actually get a higher than 25% commission off of that. So we call that a fast start bonus. Okay, and for that 160 challenge pack, it's $50. They range from $50 to $90. The Ultimate Reset challenge pack, as an example, is $90 fast start bonus, which is pretty nice, right? And we don't have a showcase pack. This is an old slide, which is why I couldn't edit it and make the spelling right, which is annoying. But as an Emerald coach, like I mentioned, you get your 25% commission. You still have the opportunity to earn those fast start bonuses. You earn those team cycles, and I'm going to touch on that lightly, and that's based off of that volume that grows in that in those two downlines. And you can also earn those free customer leads like we touched on. Okay, the next level that's unlocked at Ruby becomes a matching check bonus. Okay, that means that, say I have an Emerald that is my personally sponsored coach, I'm a Ruby, and they're earning team cycle bonus themselves. I'll get 5% matching bonus because I've helped a leader grow. So it's kind of Beachbody's reward to us as leaders for helping other coaches be successful in their business. I'm going to skip on over Ruby because you also get that at Diamond, and you get a 10% matching bonus. At Ruby it's 5, I believe, and but at Diamond it's 10%. So say Jennifer Hernandez cycled at $100. She earned $100 today on her Thursday morning paycheck, and for her team cycle bonus, as her diamond mentor, I would get $10. Doesn't seem like a lot, but as that grows, can you imagine how that like exponentially can grow over time? The more coaches you have at Emerald Cycling, and the higher those cycles are, right? Someone mentioned in the beginning, like we were talking through or Jen mentioned how many times we talked about how many times we had all cycled today. And so what started for me is like, I've cycled 2 times, or I've cycled 10 times now, is in the, over 600. So that has grown for me over time as my team has grown, my success in my team has grown. And then my coach receives that matching bonus. You also can at Star Diamond get free coach leads. So if you know who Lindsay Matway is, right? I always go back to like, she was assigned to her coach as a free coach lead way back when. Who would love to get a Lindsay Matway as their coach lead? Now there's a lot of different like boxes you have to check, and it kind of changes a lot, but you have to be Star Diamond. You have to have advanced some other coaches. Other coaches have needed on Emerald, and you need to have certain personal volume requirements. You can also at Diamond start working towards those at 2-star Diamond, which is when you can sign yourself back up again. I won't go into that, but that's pretty cool, right? If you get to and those Star Diamond ranks come when your personally sponsored coach has hit Diamond. So Diamond is where you'll kind of stay, and those Star Diamond ranks happen when when Jennifer Hernandez and Elizabeth Benfield both hit Diamond. They're in my 3rd business center. That 3rd business center went to Star Diamond, and then you can sign yourself back up again. So that generated my 4th business center. You can do that 25 times. So just know if you're ever like, I just want to find someone like me that really wants to like me, guess what? You can actually literally sign yourself back up again as you grow other leaders. Okay. So I'm not going to go super far into this, but I just wanted to give you a brief overview. As you grow these 2 sides of your downline, your left and your right, all of the orders that are attached to each of those coaches have those personal volume, those team volume. This should say team volume. Sorry. So I should say TV, but regardless, when you have 1 leg with 200 in team volume and 1 leg with 100 in team volume, that is 1 cycle. Okay, as an Emerald coach, you cycle every time you cycle 14. Every cycle is $14. Okay, so if you've got 1 leg with 200 in team volume and 1 leg with 100, okay, it kind of like takes that out, like it just subtracts it out, and that's 1 cycle. So as you can imagine, if the more that grows, the more that team volume grows, you'll earn more than those team cycles. Let's look at it from what it might look like in a check, okay? And so this retail commission is that 25% commission off of customer orders. The subscription commission is those BOD renewals, okay? So that's 40%, 25%. Now the team bonus, okay, comes when you are earning those team cycles, okay? So what $14 might seem like chump change, but as it grows, as your team grows, this is a 1-week paycheck, okay? Again, this is 6 years in, and I have to say, since we're gonna talk candidly about money, like Beachbody guarantees, we're not guaranteeing any income here. Your income is always gonna be a reflection of your skill, your diligence, your efforts, 100% of the time, okay? So I'm not promising an income, but that's where that can grow. And this is where my personal aha moment was when I was looking at my retail commissions and seeing that like, well, this would be where I should really spend my energy. And that comes from growing a team, which is why growing Emerald, Double, Triple, Diamond is like so critical if you really have some significant income goals. That matching bonus right here, okay? That's that 10% of matching bonus of what my coaches have earned in cycles. Pretty great, right? So, and you can, and it counts them continuously. Like the Beachbody takes care of this for you, and they pull from your left leg and your right leg. And every time I look at these kind of reports, it makes my eyeballs go like cross-eyed. So as we look at, if we're going to go back here, we're going to talk a little bit about how we get started and how we become an Emerald coach. And we've got those 2 coaches, and I'm going to suggest, and the way we kind of teach it on our team is that you have a controlled business center. You have someone on your team, one of your first PS coaches, which is someone that you can control. It needs to be on that income leg, that weak leg, not just your left one if you're So like oftentimes that's a spouse. I didn't have a spouse when I started, so it was my mom. It was that person that kind of can be right at the top of that income leg and can be someone that you can put some of those extra products through and whatnot. And I'll talk through a little bit about that, but I will say that this is kind of how I find it to be the most beneficial and set yourself up for some of those big income wins. So I'm just gonna, like I said, so Michael Neiman has a great, in the coach training in our coach office, there's basics on compensation. This is not the call for that, but if you're interested in learning more about those team cycles, he's got a really great video with a bunch of toys that is entertaining and it really breaks it down. So, but if you're looking at this example of an emerald, okay, and you've got 487, we're gonna do some math here. So those of you who are kind of getting this, we've got 100 on your left leg, and 200, or every time one leg has 100 and one leg has 200, that's one cycle. So in this example, we've got total team volume on your left is 487, okay, and your right is 64,000. So obviously, which leg on this scenario is the strong leg? Is that team leg? The right, really clearly, right? Because so you would want to really continue to add business builders and add working coaches that left leg, because the more that anything that's not used every week, it doesn't just get lost, it gets turned into carryover volume. It's like a savings account, okay? So don't worry about that. Who can tell me how many times this would have cycled? I don't see that, there's the chat. Okay, 4 times. So 4, and at $14 for an emerald, okay, let's do the math. How much did that business center make this week? $56, okay? Now at Ruby, you cycle at $16, and I don't spend a lot of time with Ruby because most people skip right over Ruby, but we will include it. So in this scenario, this is not mine. I do not have $1 million in volume on any of my legs. I wish. But this scenario is 1 million plus on the left leg and 3,357 on the right leg. Which leg is the strong leg in this situation? Which is the team leg? Keep losing the chat. Left. Perfect. Okay. And it's $16 a cycle. So how many times did this one cycle? And what I like to do is I take that smaller number. If I know that it's like clearly way outnumbered, I'll take that smaller number and I'll divide it by 100. Just if you want a quick little cheat sheet. So this one cycled 33 times 16, 528. Okay, you see how this kind of works? So in this situation, we'll go to diamond. Diamond cycle at 18 a cycle, okay? And this is in those perfect scenarios where it's like really clear, the one leg is super strong and not, but you'll kind of get the picture. So in this situation, which leg is the strong leg or the team leg? Okay, the right. And how many times did this business center cycle? Okay. And at 118 cycles times 18 is, how much money did this make? Exactly. So see how you grow in those ranks. So growing for a rank is also growing for income. And I really wanted to show you that because it grows that team volume, it grows your cycles, and this doesn't happen overnight. Okay, this happens with you consistently hitting Success Club, adding coaches to your team, helping other coaches grow in their ranks, okay, and continuing just to duplicate what you're learning and doing here. So, great. I'm going to stop here and see if there's any questions about this. Sorry, I'm just looking at the chat. Is there any questions? There's a lot here, so I'm not sure if I'm going to miss anything. So if anyone needs to unmute and ask if there's something you're like, I need to know this before you go on, Jamie. Was this helpful to kind of see it broken down like this? Okay. Consistency is your superpower here. Yeah, Deb. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I put this in the chat and Jen kind of answered it, but I just wanted to touch base about it really quick. So if your first customer just wants to be a challenger and they don't want to coach, where would you put them and what do you do with them?
So if they're not a coach, this is not applied to any customers. Customers just go into a customer list. You earn commission off of that. And
even though I would sign them up as like a VIP so that
they're yes. Well, okay. So if you're if you're signing them up as a VIP, as a discount coach, that's totally fine. And you would just, on paper, a coach is a coach. Okay. As we're growing, you just want to even it out, keep adding them, even if you know that someone's like more likely to be, and it kind of, as you grow, if you know you've got, you're trying to get to diamond and you've got all your business, you want to kind of put your working coaches on that weak leg to grow that volume. But if you put all your business coaches on your weak leg, you're not going to have anyone go enroll on your other leg. So you have to keep it kind of spread out even, especially because you never know what people are going to do. So if it's a VIP, I would just kind of go left, right, left, right, left, right. And if it's your first one, and I know like you don't have a spouse like to sign up, right? That's okay. I don't either. It doesn't necessarily, not everyone's going to have a CBC you can control. They just won't. That's okay, you guys. Like, life goes on, right? You just find two coaches. You find two VIP discount coaches. You find two working coaches or something like that. So I wouldn't totally overthink it. Just make sure you kind of keep it even as you grow initially.
Okay,
good
cool.
Question.
Thank you.
Any other good questions? So Troy, your questions are all good. Okay, so we're going to talk through how do you do it, okay? And so
Shaquila commented that she's lost. I was just wondering if she could elaborate quick.
and
Rewatch maybe.
Yeah, I think just revisit this or have your coach kind of walk you through it a little bit. If you're feeling this is a lot, so not everyone's gonna like get all of this. And the idea isn't that you kind of like have a photographic memory, especially if you're a new coach. I expect that a lot of this might kind of go whoop, like, but it'll plant a seed, and that seed you have to hear things like 5 times, they say, before it really sinks in. So I want you to continue to like be open to learning these things and listening to the questions that are asked, being courageous with those questions. So Emerald happens when you put yourself out of your comfort zone and go start talking to people, period. It starts on your social media, okay? And the most important first step is to, and this also, it starts with your everyday life. If you're, getting drunk at the bar and like 5 pitchers deep every night, or like eating pizza for every meal, or in the Chick-fil-A drive-through, like, and then online you're talking about this health and fitness lifestyle, like they have to match. There has to be some congruence between what you're sharing online and who you're showing up as in real life. Doesn't mean you need to be perfect, but if you're not huge on social media, you can make a lot of impact. I keep using Jen as an example because she's the first one on my window here, but she also like exploded her business as a discount coach because she started showing up to work differently. She was saying no to the chocolate. She was saying no to the donuts in the snack room. She was eating healthy food. She was losing weight. She was being positive. She was just reshaping who she was. And that was what caught people's attention, not what she was sharing online. She wasn't sharing anything online, really. And so it has to be, there's different layers to this. But here's just some examples. I'm not going to read this. Of just ways you can start giving some context clues for what you're doing and what you're up to, right? These are just some examples. Sorry, I have a bubble in my throat. And the point is that you're sharing, you're giving somebody some, you're like kind of offering people a glimpse. You're sharing with those posts, like why you're excited, what you're seeing, how it's changing you, how it's challenging you, what you're learning, and the tools that are helping you get there. The next is the big one. Okay, and it's your grand opening post. And what that is for new coaches, some of you probably have done this a long time ago, you can always redo it if you haven't like kind of formally introduced yourself or talked about your vision or your mission. But that social media stuff is that grand opening post. Like, I don't know if you've seen what I've been I've been talking a little bit about health and fitness lately. I'm really excited. This is what I'm doing and why. And you want to make sure to include all of these things in that grand opening with a scroll stopping picture that makes people take notice. A little bit about your history and what you wanted to change and how you wanted to feel differently, why you decided that being a coach or linking arms with your mentor was the best way to do that, what you're hoping to gain from this new business, what you've already gained. And then you want to make sure people know that they can join you and why you're really motivated to help them. And then with the call to action of like what you're inviting them to say yes to. Give them something to say yes to and what's in it for them. They're going to read that going, well, that's great for you, Jamie. But like, what does this have anything to do with me? Give them something that makes them personally connect. Okay. So if you haven't done this, this is going to be like, you have to like start here. Okay. And give context clues first. Don't like give people whiplash and they're like, where did this come from? Give them a little bit, set the stage a little bit and then do that grand opening post. From there, we want to do that controllable CBC. Okay, that spouse account, maybe not be a spouse account, we'll often refer to it as that, but that family member could be your sister, they're paying for, if you're paying for it, it has to be your spouse, your parent, okay, or your 18 or older child, okay? Those are the only people that your credit card can be attached to, and they can only be attached to you plus 2. That's what it's called, what it's called. So if you're paying for it with your own credit card, it can only be your own is 1, your second can be your spouse, your third can be your parent. If you have an 18 or older child, it can be one of those 3 too. Okay, so it's you plus 2. Anyone else, it needs to be on their own credit card. You want to make sure you're not breaking any rules here. But why is it a no-brainer? Well, guess what? You give them a 160 challenge pack, you're going to get $50 right there back in your own commission. Okay, so it's really a 110 challenge pack. First of all, that makes a pretty good deal for me, right? Like, isn't that a pretty good deal? If you're getting like a 3-day refresh challenge pack and you get a 3-day refresh, which is normally $70, and a whole month of Shakeology, which is normally $130, or something like that. So you're going to get that commission off, and then their $40 is waived. You can use those packets to do little 5 or 7-day trial kits and sell them at like $5 a piece. If you were to sell a whole box of packets at $5 a piece, you're going to make $120. You're already going to come off a little bit ahead. So you can kind of also do little welcome kits for people with some of those products as well. You then would use other products through that spouse, that account. Like if you're ordering other things other than Shakeology, like doing Beach Bars and Energize and Recover, put that through that secondary account, as it'll become that volume. You can then earn those team cycles on. Okay, and that keeps them active. So you're not paying for all these things in both accounts. Do the bare minimum you need in your first. Keep your Shakeology so you can become your 365er, and then get all your other secondary things through that spouse account, because then you're going to earn those team cycles off of that volume that generates, right? So all interconnects here. Work smarter, not harder. And then it gets them that prime real estate at the top of your weak leg, and will really help you be key in moving those diamond ranks. And when you get to solid diamond, you can actually work that as a secondary business center before your 2-star. And that's a little higher level conversation, but just know that that's there. So again, just some examples of how to stay active, different products. If you haven't tried all these things, then I would like make a calendar of how to rotate your spouse account through all these other things so that you can really they're all amazing, and they will change your health and fitness. They will change your results, and they will change your life, but you have to try them and give them some time to really see that. And here's an example of how that might look. In the beginning, it's not a lot, but would 173 extra bucks in a week be a good, would you be happy with that? Great, right? But over time it'll grow, okay? And even with passively growing the business, the spouse account, it will still continue to compound and grow as well. So just know but kind of securing that top spot, which means every single other person you sign up, and they sign up, is all going to benefit both you and your spouse, because it's going to be volume for both of you. Okay, so I'm going to pass it over to Shane. She's going to talk a little bit about, now we're going to talk to people. We're going to go beyond the easy stuff, the social media, you know, making someone that we love, like, you know, partner with us. Shannon, are you still here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, go for it.
Hey guys, I want to go back to Jamie's income. If that didn't blow your mind. So guys, I want you to remember that when you find yourself in this place, which is, I'm going to be talking about the one thing everybody dislikes the most. Not everybody, because it's actually my favorite, but what stops so many coaches, and that's, oh gosh, I get it. Okay, I understand. There's these left leg and right leg and signed my spouse, and I did all that right, but now I'm stuck. Or we hit Emerald with best friend and hubby, and we stayed Emerald for the rest of the existence of Beachbody, and we just never stop. You know, our husband's been on for 3 years, and he's still not Emerald. Like, what is stopping us? And that's because this is the most uncomfortable. But all I have to say is this. If you haven't read the 5-second rule, it's time to open it tomorrow, because it is time to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It is time to go. It's time to stop overthinking it, especially in the way the world is right now. I think we can look at what's happening as an obstacle or an opportunity, and I believe we have an opportunity to help so many people, and you have to believe that. And the coaches that believe that is why you are seeing coaches literally explode right now, as opposed to doing nothing. And that's because instead of saying people are out of work and people don't know where their next paycheck is coming from, they're saying people are stuck home, people are sad, people's memberships at the gym have been frozen, so they're not paying for them. How about this? People are saving money because they're not eating out 3 and 4 times a week. Stop saying they can't do it. You're stopping them from getting started. And our job is to coach people and bring this to them. And the only way, I wish people would just flood my inbox and say, sign me up. The only way is when we ask them. So a couple things. Some of you are very, very brand new. Some are a couple weeks in, some are restarting, what have you. If you have already done your coming out post, then it's time to go. Like literally when you hang up this call, it's a decision and it's time to go. If you haven't done that yet, then that's what you're going to start working on. And if it's been a bit and you've gone a little MIA, it's time to just redo it and share what's happened in your life and almost relaunch your business. So you're either relaunching your business, you're launching your business, or you are moving. You're moving now. So I put in this thread, guys, if you want to grab it, just like a screenshot of like some help with a coming out post. But lean on your coach, you know, share a nice picture. Jamie had a slide about it. I won't go into that. Grab that photo. But I feel like that has to happen first, so that when you inbox someone, they're not like, huh, what are you talking about? I don't even know what you're talking about. I believe when that post goes up, game on. Game on. I told you I was coming for you. I told you I was starting this journey. So now I have permission to reach out to you. If you've watched, liked me, if you're my friend, I feel like I have that, and I have it more now because I know there's no other options. And that's all you say in the post. Very simply, I don't know if this is a good time for you. I don't know if this interests you right now. So there's no pressure, but I just want you to know what I'm doing and how this is helping me so much. So we can read these scripts all day. I put up an invite in the thread. I don't even really want to read it. I just want you to talk like you would to someone at your grocery store when they say, I love your yoga pants. Oh my gosh, you must work out. Well, yeah, actually I do. I do these at-home workouts. I don't know if this interests you, but it's really been helping me during this really difficult time. What are you doing for your sanity? Right? That's an invite, guys. Like, do you want to try one of these sample workouts? I can send you a boxing workout tomorrow. Would you want to do it with me? So, and if you look at what I posted, something like, you know, when you're talking to the people, your warm market, the people close to you, the ones that know, love, and trust you, it's really like, listen, I needed to do something for me right now, more than ever. Or I got off track, but with everything happening, I needed to do something for me right now. Would you want to take a look at this? I would love to do this with you. I would love, you know, now that you're, you know, now that you're not working full time or you're, you know, whatever, I would love to just share with you a little bit how I am helping my friends and family and supplementing my income. So guys, you have got to really think about the people, and you could, they're probably coming to your mind right now, your list. Who comes to your mind? People that are always on your stories. Why do you think they're on your stories? It's not, they have to watch them to be on them. But they're just not in a place to maybe say, hey. So you have to think back to when you started. Did you just reach out to some random person and say, hey, I'd like to get started? Or did someone ask you? Did anyone just sign up and become a free customer and just get started without anyone asking them? Can you just raise your hand? Did anyone do that? Sure, there's a few. All right, raise your hand if someone invited you. So your list, your warm market is everything. As everyone you know. Who do you know that wants to lose weight, picks apart their body, has a negative self-image, hates their job, has student loan debt, stresses about money, is always on some kind of a diet. They're negative on social media. They're always moaning about something. Think of people from high school, college, your job, the people that you used to be with every day, your church, your neighbors. How about all the moms that you used to see when you were picking up your kids? What are they doing? And just write them down. Go through your Facebook Messenger. Just go. Start in the beginning and just start writing names. Don't worry about them. Don't say, am I going to invite them? Nope, we're not even going to think about that. I just want you to make the list, and you just write and you write and you write and you write names, and you're like, oh my God, I forgot I was friends with her. Oh my God, I haven't talked to her in 6 years. Trust the process and take a leap of faith. And make the invite feel good to you. Thanks so much for checking my stories. I really appreciate the support. Listen, how are you doing with the craziness right now? Just ask people how they are. And when they write you back that they're just not doing that great, what are you doing for you? Nothing. My gym membership is, you know, I can't go there. Well, have you ever thought about, I mean, I know you saw my stories. Have you thought about trying a 30-minute workout before the kids get up and you homeschool? Guys, it's not about you. That's what you have to remember. This isn't about you. You already have a solution. You have a community. You're on a call with 80 women on a Thursday night, and men, sorry. Imagine if we woke up tomorrow and there were no Zoom with your team, there were no accountability posts in your group, there were no paydays, there were no, you know, message from your upline first thing in the morning. Could you imagine if this went away? What do these moms and dads and women that are now home have for themselves? TV. So stop making it about you, and do not play God that you know what they need, that they can't afford $12, $13 a month when their gym membership was $25. The other thing to think about, guys, is I know stimulus and all of that is a little backed up, and unemployment, but there's $2 trillion and it's going into people's hands. So there are people have money, And I'm saving a ton of money cooking every night. Not doing my nails, not doing my hair. Don't play God. Here's some more examples. Take a screenshot of these. You always want to say something personal, guys, so that they know that you actually looked at their page and that you care. I've been meaning to talk to you. I've wanted to do something for myself because I'm so sick of feeling this way. I always say I'm going to do something and then I don't. I started drinking these shakes and I'm already feeling so much better. I signed up as a discount on them and I've learned you can earn money. And you say something like, guys, I have this extra time. I've lost my community and these women have fueled me. I feel like this would be right up your alley and you can keep me company. It'd be so fun since I can't see you every day to do this with you. Maybe we can team up and make some money to do some stuff with our kids when this is all over. What do you think? Would you want to learn more? And then if you don't know what to do, just stop and breathe and know that your team has a process. I will guarantee you, Jamie has a process for you. Your upline has a process. You just need to say, okay, what's my invitation process look like, and go get those tools. Same thing with coaching. Listen, I'm not sure if you've seen my recent post, but I started a new business venture, which has really helped me make some significant changes in my life. Bring up the epidemic, especially now, I'm out of work and I just needed to do something for me and to create another income stream because gosh, we need a plan B. We had this amazing webinar. It's about 30 minutes of your time. Would you just want to take a look at it? I truly think you would rock this business with me. And honestly, I think we would have a blast working together. And guys, you're saying that to people you meet. I don't say it to someone I think is would not be my friend. So I want to end with this because it's getting late. Just rip the Band-Aid. It's not about us anymore, not now. And when you're scared, do it anyway. Emerald's a decision. Hit Emerald tomorrow for the first time. The second time, I focus on hitting Emerald twice every month in one of my business centers. It's Emerald, nothing changes. You rock this, you will see those paychecks in 2 years. You will start to see what the power in this business is. So if any of this overwhelmed you, don't be overwhelmed because I don't believe in that word. Be excited that there's so many facets to this business. How exciting is it that there's so many different ways to make money? Because I know at my day job, I used to just get a paycheck. That's where I made money. I got this check every week. Now I have all these different ways that I control, that I can make money with strategic planning. And lean into the team, lean into your community. I hope that was helpful, guys. I'm so excited.
That was awesome, Shane. All right, you guys, that was so perfect. And I hope you know that these are just examples, right? And these examples, Shane gave you how to authentically talk to people. These examples here are if you're going to go straight for, you want to make this 24-hour deadline of yourself, you're going straight for it, no kind of priming the pump. These are some examples, but you have to make them sound like you. This would be kind of how I would say it if I was going to go straight for it. But 99.9% of people I've ever signed up started with an authentic connection and just exactly how Shane walked us through. Jen's going to talk to us really fast to give a few more minutes. I know we're a little over time, but this is going to be really helpful because I know the fear is what if they say no? So Jen's going to talk us through objections real quick and then we'll wrap up. So you don't want to miss this part.
Thank you. And I will try to cut it down to only an hour. Okay, really, honestly, I will take off the Band-Aid and the sting for you. People will say no. So know that and know that's supposed to happen. That's great. It's supposed to happen. It gives you something to go with. I said no to Jamie 8 times and I'm now down 120 pounds and my husband's been a stay-at-home dad for 2 years, thanks to coaching. So I said no 8 times, but look how it's changed my life. So know that no is going to happen. And in these statistics, most people do say no. And I want to take off the pain of no because no is usually, I don't have enough information. I don't see the value for myself. I honestly, personally, for 20 years, I was up and down trying every diet and quick fix in the world. I didn't believe in myself. I didn't think I could do it, and I was embarrassed to waste money and join someone else trying something else. I didn't believe in myself. It had nothing to do with Jamie or not having money or having to ask my husband. I really didn't believe in myself, and it took her spending some time talking and getting to know me where I said, okay, I trust you, let's try this. And then, oh, I can't even read what these examples are, but just knowing that you are going to hear no will feel good, and knowing that that's not a no forever, it's just a no for now, and it's an opportunity to learn more. Then I scroll back and look at, what did they say no to? Did they say no, never? Did they say no, not right now? Did they say no, I don't have money? And then I asked something like, I totally get that. It's a very stressful time right now. Do you have a solution for that? Or is it just the money? Or is there something else that's holding you back? If you had the money today, would this work for you? Would you join me in a heartbeat? Like, just to make sure I did my due diligence and answered all your questions. You know, do you know how they want to feel? Do you know what their struggle is and what their goal is? Do you know, can you answer those questions of what they want to do, how they want to feel, what kind of income they want to make? If you can't answer any of those questions, they don't know what's in it for them. They don't get it. And that's why you heard that no. So definitely we want to go with the feel, felt, found. I understand how it feels. I've been there. And let me tell you, if their no is a reason that you don't know, someone on your team has. So don't feel you have to answer instantly. You can go back and find out someone else's story on your team, and then go and say, I know that my coach friend so-and-so had that same struggle, and what they found is XYZ. We have coaches on this call right now who are on disability, who lost their job 2 weeks ago, who are parents of 5 or more kids, who are busy working CEO executives. We have a wide variety of coaches who have all sorts of different no's and excuses that they overcame. So whatever your greatest struggle is, whatever their biggest problem is, we have someone and we can say, this is how they did it. And if we can't find someone, then hey, you're the reason that we need someone like you to stand up and go for it. So why don't you do this and be the example, be the leader, and put that path for somebody else. So, you know, you've thought about it a little bit and they feel like they're shy. That's absolutely fine. There's actually a lot of successful coaches that are shy. You can go in and pull some of the top coaches were shy and intrapersonal, but that's where like you make great connections and you would be a great coach because of it. Find their benefits. Tell them, compliment them, tell them why you want to work with them. And like I said, always lead with finding out how you can help them. What solution can you solve? And if they aren't ready to coach right now, would they at least join you in the group and tackle your next program with you? So if you start with inviting to coaching, you can always fall back to the tools that everybody has the ability to use. I don't know, is there another slide, or is there anything else you wanted me to hit on?
Oh, that was so perfect. I kind of, as you were talking, just kind of went through some different examples. So hopefully you screenshot it, or you can screenshot it from the recording, but there was 5 different objections. There's obviously probably more objections out there in that, but those are probably the lowest hanging fruit, the ones that I most likely see. These are not my responses, but I thought they were awesome. They were offered by another coach that was just being really generous with her examples, and I thought they were a perfect way to approach it. And Jen just hit the nail on the head with all of that. Jen Simon's going to wrap us up tonight, and thank you guys so much.
Okay. So I just want to start off by saying, you got to remember that everyone right now is going through the exact same thing, and there is not a single person over the age of 18 out there right now in the United States, UK, or Canada that can't benefit from something that we have to offer, whether that's health related or financially related. Maybe they need help with more energy or whatever it is, right? We have such an array of products and programs that we can reach far and wide. And so whether you invite 3 people to join you or you invite 3,000 people to join you, that's ultimately determine what happens with your business, right? And so not to worry about what people are thinking of you, but think about what will happen, or what will people think when you help them get over their stress and anxiety and depression that they're dealing with right now, or help them earn an extra $100 to pay for their groceries, or help them lose that 20 pounds that they've yo-yo dieted for the past, 10, 15 years, or help them get off of high blood pressure medication or pre-diabetes medication or any other medications that they've been struggling to get off of. Whether you're helping them with sleeping at night or buying organic groceries or being able to take a walk with their kids around the block because they weren't able to do that before they lost the weight, right? So whatever it is that you get to help these people with, try to forget about that thought process of what will they think of me, but more so what will they think when I help them with blank. Make sense?
That was perfect. And what will you think of yourself when you've helped those people do that too? You know, thanks, Jen. It feels good to make a difference in people's lives, and it feels really great to make a difference in your own life. And we get a win-win because doing one hand feeds the other in this 1000%. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording. But if anyone has questions, we still have several slides of people. So we'll take a couple pictures.